The England manager, the former England manager, Gareth Southgate, has been awarded a knighthood in the New Year's honours list. Southgate is the fourth England manager to be knighted following Sir Walter Winterbottom, Sir Alf Ramsey and Sir Bobby Robson. And I've seen, and I listened to a little bit of the Sports Bar last night and listened to a few things this morning. And the only question I've got about this whole thing is, how on earth can you say that Gareth Southgate's knighthood isn't justified?
Are you aiming that at me?
Just anyone who questions it, I just don't get it. Because when you reflect on England until 2016, think about that, until 2016, 2 semi-finals and 4 quarterfinals in 50 years, the guy implemented and oversaw an elite player performance program that helped produce players that won youth tournaments galore under his reign, an under-21 tournament for the first time in 30 years. Then from 2016 took over as the England manager and reached finals. One they lost on penalties, a World Cup semi-final, a Nations League semi-final, 2 European Championship finals. That's before you remember the low ebb in 2016 and what it felt like to be an England fan in the aftermath of Iceland and Sam Allardyce's very short reign. The paper aeroplanes at Wembley, how disinterested people were in the team. He fast-tracked Bellingham, Foden, Mount and Saka, promoted them into the team early to try and make them into England players early, brought pride back in the badge, brought a more representative England team back to the bosom of the country by opening them up and making them more accessible. And you know, listen, remember those big NFL-style open days where everybody sat at a table and you could go around talking to all of the England players in the squad. He's given a wonderful platform for Thomas Tuchel to build on. How is he not worthy of a knighthood? That's the question. I don't see how it's even a debate.
Well, listen, first and foremost, it's not going to affect my life if Gareth Southgate is knighted or not. And you make a really good case there of all the positive things that he did with England, and I agree with 95% of that. But you said about the low ebb after that Iceland debacle, and the country was at a low ebb. But I tell you what, there are a lot of England fans who felt pretty low coming out of that European Championship final against Spain in Berlin, because it felt like another missed opportunity.
Completely incomparable. How are you comparing losing in the final in the last minute to Spain, one of the best teams in the world, to losing against Iceland, who've never played in a major tournament before?
Because I'll stand by the fact, and I said it mid-tournament, if England got to that final, they'd be doing it in spite of the manager, not because of. And you have to take the whole tournament. In your opinion? In a lot of people's opinions, actually, barring 45 minutes. You're talking
from your point.
Yeah, barring 45 minutes against the Dutch, England stunk the place out of that tournament.
But no one says that they didn't.
They were dreadful.
Who said that they didn't? You're just rehashing the same old debate over and over.
I'm telling you why, in my opinion.
You're not looking at the rest of it.
Maybe this is a bit premature when it comes to Gareth Southgate. I like my Knights to be winners. Sir Andy Murray ended that long wait for British success at Wimbledon. I wasn't around when Sir Walter Winterbottom got knighted, so I can't speak for him. No. So Bobby Robson obviously didn't win anything with England, but he did win major honours in several European countries. You wanted David
Beckham to be knighted.
I never said that. I never said that.
Yes, you did. You said it earlier. It was on the Premier League All Access podcast.
I said that poor old David has missed out again because we know how desperate he is to get a knighthood. Doesn't mean that I'm advocating him.
England, did he?
But he did win a treble with Manchester United. Let's not forget that.
Gareth Southgate won a UEFA Cup with Middlesbrough.
And you're going to compare that, are you, to the achievements of the likes of Sir Alex Ferguson?
You're saying that he's never won anything. It's not true.
I think history will judge Gareth Southgate as somebody who did a lot of good things off the pitch. On the pitch, tactically, he didn't deliver, and he benefited from really kind draws in all of those major competitions.
This is why Wayne Rooney
probably barring the Qatar World Cup.
Steven Gerrard doesn't succeed. Frank Lampard has problems because all you want to do is just tear everybody down. Never look at the positives.
Not tearing him down.
Look at the good
Not tearing him down at all.
You're taking away his greatest day. He's just been given a knighthood. Celebrate what he's done
when
rather
it comes
than
to Gareth Southgate.
Point out something good. Dare you? Point something good out. Go on, be charitable. It's a festive period.
He rebuilt that reputation between England fans and the England team. The relationship, not reputation, sorry. He did patch up that relationship. He made it fun to play for England again. He made it fun to watch England again. But if Simon Jordan was sat in this chair, he would tell you that ultimately he came up short. That he had kind draws in all of his tournaments and he couldn't quite get England over the winning line. And I tend to agree with that.
He's been given his knighthood for his services to football, not for his services at the European Championships in 2024. He's been given his knighthood because he has served the country well as a player and as a manager and as an administrator who developed a unique program that has been able to produce much better players that has seen an England team become 10 times more competitive than they have been in many, many years.
I don't think it's simplistic enough to say that Gareth Southgate is either a brilliant England manager or he's a failure.
No one's saying that.
He's a
You're not listening
failure.
to what I'm saying.
No, it does seem to be that you're on one side of the coin or the other. You obviously can't see any wrong that Gareth has done, and you're accusing me of just picking out the negatives.
I've admitted that the performances over the summer wasn't good. But what I'm saying is, when you're reflecting on his overall career, you're reflecting on 7 games in the summer. You know, we're talking about a guy who has done so much for England over the course of probably, when did he go in there? 2010? So 14 years.
Yeah, certainly he's got that longevity, which I think is important. But again, I'll repeat it, I like my Knights to be winners, and Gareth Southgate, unfortunately, barring that trophy that he won at Middlesbrough that you keep reminding about, he didn't manage to win with England when it really mattered.
Okay.
As I say, but it's not going to impact my life. Good luck to him. You know, honestly, I'm not going to lose much sleep over it.
Well, you seem to be making a good case for him not to have it.
I'm just saying that I think maybe it's a little bit over-egging the pudding.
I just don't understand why you just want to take away someone's great achievement. It's a very proud moment for him today. When he woke up this morning.
I'm not trying to take it away from him. You asked me the question. I've given you an opinion.
I didn't. I said, how is there even a debate? That's what I said. I didn't ask you. I just said I don't believe that there should be a debate. I think it's absolutely obvious that he's done such a great job that he should be applauded.
I'll tell you what, Sven-Göran Eriksson wishes he got the draws that Gareth Southgate did.
You're such a negative person, aren't you? You try and be sort of like champion people's achievements instead of tearing them down. It's a lot more attractive quality to promote people, to lift them up, than it is to tear them down, Sir Crook. You'll be up for a knighthood or an OBE or an MBE. You'll be probably writing the submission yourself in a couple of years.
Well, it sounds like you wrote Gareth for him, doesn't it? Were you his seconder or his proposer?
I did text him late last night and say congratulations. It's a proud moment for your family, and it should be as well because
absolutely. I wouldn't take that from him. He's a great guy, Gareth, and he
is a great guy.
He did a lot of good things with England, but ultimately didn't win anything when he should have done.
Yeah,
not even this tournament, by the way. England were nowhere near the best team in this tournament. They should have won the previous Euros.
Were Portugal the best team in the tournament in 2004? No, but they won it. And sometimes the best teams don't win the tournaments. Is it a surprise that Thomas Tuchel is not going to be at Arsenal Brentford on his first day as England manager, New Year's Day? What do you reckon?
Say that again. I didn't hear that. Sorry, I was reading the text. Go on.
Are you not listening to me now?
I switched off.
Unbelievable.
No, go on.
You switched off. Thomas Tuchel's not going to be at Arsenal Brentford on New Year's Day. It's his first day as the England manager. Are you surprised by that?
Am I surprised by that? Yeah, maybe. I think, again, Mr. Jordan hates the word optics, doesn't he? But optically, it wouldn't be a terrible look for Thomas Tuchel to actually show his face, would it? He did have the good grace to turn up at the World Cup qualifying draw, but what's the excuse for not being there? Do we know?
Difficulty with flights, I suppose, or I don't know. I haven't got a clue, to be honest with you. He's going to a game at the weekend, though, so he's probably going to ensure that he's visible at the weekend.
Yeah, I think he should be visible earlier than that.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.